Yes, you are. You are first. Just wait for the ads to finish and then we'll get started. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. What we've learned through our playthrough is that there are bugs. People are turning into bugs. And there's unkillable bugs. And we were going to talk with a guy called Baron Samedi. Yeah. Johnny is hunched over his desk, idly fiddling with a cyberdeck. He seems preoccupied. He looks up when you approach, eyes narrowed. Been making new friends out there. Could be. I just rescued a teenage elf girl from some evil cultists. He shakes his head. I'm not sure I want to know. That's not what I'm talking about. Someone's been asking about you on Shadowlands. Calls himself Baron Samedi. He has a pretty distinctive icon. Skull face with a top hat. Can't tell what he wants, but the guy seems pretty serious. I wouldn't ignore this if I were you. Deckers have a way of making people's lives miserable if they're so inclined. How long has he been looking for me? He's been spamming Shadowlands for the last hour, I'd say. He's new on the scene, but everyone's talking about him. Even the hottest deckers like Dodger are saying he's a force to be reckoned with. Microwaved fried bananas? You enjoy those fried bananas? I certainly do not. I guess he's not a patient type. Something I should know. Could be. I'll tell you after I talk to him. This Baron character, what do you know about him? Johnny's janitor persona is gone, replaced by something colder, more dangerous. I did some chirking, but didn't get much because he's new on the scene. He's no Wilson though. Got a rep as a Drac hot wire boy from what I hear. Never rides along with physical entry teams though. Purely remote work. Samedi, like the voodoo spirit? Yeah, that's the one. He sits at the crossroads of the living and the dead. Think that has any significance? I've been around a long time and I've seen a lot of avatars running around the tricks. A lot of them. You ask me, it's just some guy trying to look scary to make a name for himself. Think of it as personal branding. That's enough talk. I need to talk to the Baron. Okay, you can use my secure jack point. I've already set up a portal to the Shadowlands. Feel free to jack in whenever you're ready. I'll take Blaster, Erosion, Medic, and Suppression. Exploiter and Attacker. Bonsoir, mon ami. Samedi is pleased that we can have a private conversation. Pleasure to meet you, Baron. You seem very intent on talking to me. Samedi wishes to thank you for saving Marie-Louise from the Universal Brotherhood. The girl is quite precious. If harm were to come to her, he does not know what he would do. He also offers to you his help. The insects you encountered, they are something, no? Something dark. To ignore them would be folly. There is much at stake. Somebody knows you are after this woman, Jessica Watts, for your own reasons, and he can help you get to this woman, and defeat her bugs. And hypothetically, how would we do that? This job will not be simple, nor will it be straightforward, but Samedi can guarantee it will be dangerous. Celestian Industries has been working for 2 years on a formula, codenamed Aegis. We are working with another corporation, a foreign corporation, to refine it. This is their 3rd attempt to get it right, and they believe they have. Manufacturing began several months ago. Unfortunately, their manufacturing plant in the Columbia Valley was recently blown up. It could have been corporate espionage, or it could have been something else. This is unknown. What is known that a large sample of the formula survived. What does this have to do with Jessica and the Universal Brotherhood? We want Aegis because it kills bugs. Big ones, like the ones you met at the Universal Brotherhood. If you want to go back there and bring the Watchwoman to justice, you'll need Aegis. And as it happens, Samedi knows where the last sample of Aegis is being kept. Hence the job at hand. We are going to break into the Celestian Industries primary operations office complex here in Seattle. Aegis will be somewhere within that building. We will find the Aegis sample and liberate it for ourselves. You will sleep good, Squirrel. One of us has to. You want me to break into one of the most influential corps in the Pacific Northwest? You gotta be joking. Would that I were, but it is the only way. It is the only place to get what we need. But take heart, you will have Samedi with you. And he is clever in the ways of the Matrix. We cannot lose. So, will you do this thing? Will you ally with Baron Samedi? Alright, I mean, if these bugs are as dangerous as you say, someone's got to save the world. Guess it might as well be me. Ah, bon. Baron Samedi applauds you. We do this job for the right reason, eh? Samedi must suggest you bring a more experienced Decker with you, in case your skills are not up to the challenge. Forgive the Baron, he meant no disrespect. But this mission, it must succeed. What about you? You're not coming with? Samedi will be part of this evening's events, but must remain remote. He will keep all of Seattle law enforcement and off-duty Telestrian security away, while you locate the information we need from inside. How do I get inside? Ah, the Baron will handle that as well. Telestrian guards will be rerouted throughout the building. With the right timing, no one will even know you're there. But of course, even Baron Samedi cannot anticipate all possibilities. So tonight you must use your contacts to hire a team and travel to the Telestrian office complex downtown. You will be contacted again when you have gained entrance. Johnny whistles a long, slow whistle. Holy crap, Telestrian Industries. You've hit the big time, chum. You need a second decker. Might as well take one of the best. That means you, right? Nah, I'm not an inside man anymore. My running days are over. There's an elf who owes me a favor. Goes by the Dodger. You may have heard of him. He's one of the best deckers in Seattle. And this is me saying it. I'll get you his contact information. You know him by the way he talks. He's like he's in a damn Charles Dickens novel. The former runner stands near the door, appraising her bar. She appears worried in a way you haven't seen before. Konbanwa, Riva. Something wrong, Mrs. Kubota? She nods slowly, sadly. Aye, there is something very wrong, yes. Need some help? I wish you could be of service. I have learned through my contacts the city is planning to quietly shut down the power grid in Touristville. They espouse many reasons for this minor rerouting of resources, but I know the truth. They do not want to devote the police manpower to protect their precious citizens who come here to get a taste of the darker side of the sprawl. Can't let this happen. She purses her lips, clearly frustrated. Thank you, but I believe this is beyond the power of a Shadowrunner to solve. It is about the power in bureaucracy. The small people live for the convenience of the rich. Alright, what do we got? Rifles. Ares Alpha. Let's have a look. Any new outfits? We'll wear the best armor that we can get. I need to put together a team for a Renraku lab. We want a small team. We'll take Iron Whiz. Take Black Hand. Thank you. You leave Touristville behind and make your way into the Barrens proper, exiting civilization as you know it. With each step, the little order that still exists falls away, taken over by anarchy in its purest form. All semblance of government oversight, corporate domination, and even media influence disappears, leaving an urban feral landscape of bleak desperation. Yet hidden in this wreckage of a suburb, Ranraku Computer Systems has hidden some sort of R&D research lab, probably to take advantage of some old tech left after the Shiawase nuclear power plant meltdown, or the crash that decimated the computer industry in 29. You find your way into the lab. The place has definitely seen better days. No security systems are online to greet you, just the ones made of meat. Maybe you can help a scientist make a life change. No magic. Items, but no items. Alright. Let's go. We have 4 karma. We want to upgrade decking. Yeah, do the bear totem. And for there. Over there. Heal you up. Hey, Omega, how we doing? Hello, Raiders. Ah, shit. How are we doing? Yo. Oh, you finished the Pokemon game? Nice. But welcome, readers. I am Dark40, Demon Butler VTuber. I play a lot of games. That's 35 done. Yeah, that sounds about right. And yeah, right now I'm playing Shadowrun Returns. Yeah, we are getting ourselves beaten. There we go. Reloading. In you go. Get over there. The smell hits you like a fist. The tang of blood, the funk of animal fowl, and something else. Something wrong. Yeah, but congratulations on 35 games done. This terminal has been left unlocked with root access. There are some log files that were recently accessed, and an encrypted research database. We got the shipment of the sentries from Shanxi today, 8 of them all told. They're all medicated daily with a sedative that prevents their gaze from affecting us. And they don't try to escape or bite the equipment either. We'll have to keep adjusting the doses so we can get valuable combat data out of them. Having something this deadly in the lab always gets me on edge. One wrong dose of those meds and someone will lose an arm. That or the guys upstairs will just lock the doors and let the damn things eat us. The awakened security sentries were in varying condition when they arrived. General health is noted below. 1 good, 2 average, 3 average, 4 excellent, 5 poor. January 24, 2054. Week 2 of the reaction test trials finished today. Several of the subjects have uncanny intelligence and have no problem solving logic puzzles ahead of schedule. Subject 4 continues to be the standout performer in these experiments. Her sensory reaction time and problem solving skills rival that of chimpanzees. Our benefactors will be pleased if we can begin a breeding program based on her specific traits. I've already taken a sample of her DNA in advance of beginning the live combat trials, just in case something goes wrong. Awakened Security Sentries project has reached final testing stages. Preliminary human experiments will begin within the next 6 months. I have already discussed the matter with the TIA. And I don't have number 6. I don't have decking 6. My drone is dead. Blaster, erosion, firewall, medic, firewall, suppression, attacker, and assassin. Let's go. You morons just shut up at Renraku Research Club. Ever hear of Renraku? Yeah, they're the company that's about to show a loss on their balance sheet. I have a fragging herd of basilisks, idiot. You're going to need a lot more guys. Summon an attacker. Get over there. And end the turn. Okay. Now get out of there. Now back up. This is going poorly. Yeah, we're not going to win this. Reloading. And I lost one of my people. Boom, boom, boom. And more overwatching. Nah. Mr. Sada. Yeah. The scientist looks absolutely bewildered. Who are you? Why are you doing this? Are you Sada? What if I say no? then you'll end up like them. Then yes, I am Sada. Wait, you're from As Technology, aren't you? I told them I wasn't interested in working for them. Well, whoever sent me is definitely interested in you. So that's it. You're just going to hand me over to them? Jesus, these people. Listen to me, whoever you are. I know I'm a wage slave, I get it. But I shouldn't be a real slave, should I? All you're doing is transplanting me from one corp to another so I can be an employee for life. Shouldn't I have something to say about it? What do you want me to do? Let me go. Just walk away. It's gonna cost you. How much are they paying you? 9,000? I can't beat that. Renraku froze all my personal funds while I'm here for security. All I have on me is 5,000. Let me go and it's yours. Fine. Get out of here. Now we talk with Mr. Johnson. Funny, you're back. But my people tell me they never got the package. He stepped into the line of fire. Collateral damage. He looks at you for a minute, then shrugs. Unfortunate. Well, no delivery, no payment. On the plus side, you've racked up a Renraku lab for us, free of charge. Hope it was worth it. Right. I need to put together a team to hit a Telestrian office. Take Coyote and Dodger. And we'll take her as well. The sleek contour of the Telestrian Industries building slices through the Seattle skyline, gracefully arcing toward the south, towards its birthplace in the elven nation of Tierngaia. You stand at the lobby entrance, waiting for Smitty's go signal. The moment extends. Stepping over a corp threshold is a little like stepping into a foreign country. Or over a line. Corporations have power so far above the average citizen that assaulting one seems insane, like threatening the gods of Olympus. Land owned by a multinational is corporate soil, exempt from domestic laws. Their employees aren't state citizens, they're corporate citizens, and their top execs can't be brought to trial for some alleged crime. The runner who goes full frontal on a corp is making a statement, making a name. 3 chirps on your comlink. It's go time. Alright, I don't have any healing items. Shit, that's problematic. Let's keep building up our decking. Your conflict chips in the face of Baron Samedi fills the screen. Together again, mon ami. You and Samedi shall do great things this night. Great things. Greetings, Baron Samedi. So you'll be on Matrix Overwatch for us on this one? Indeed, mon ami. There will, of course, be complications to overcome. There always are. These things are easily overcome, be assured. As you were told, there are some tasks that only you can do from inside the building, just as there are some that Samedi must do from his remote location. We must coordinate our actions, that is all. Boldness and a clear head will win the day. Storming the front desk doesn't sound bold, it sounds insane. Do not be so negative. Samedi has rerouted the guards in this section of the complex. The coast should be clear for you to navigate to the accounting offices. Bon chance. Get in. Get in over there. Dang it. Beautiful. Keycard slides into the terminal and the screen comes to life. Priority alert. Intrusion detected. All elevators locked down. Security response Oscar 6. Notice. Terminal 6J4 accounting is unsecured. Notify the user to secure the terminal at once. Unlock the lobby doors. Lobby doors are now unlocked. Apparently the coast was not so clear. Apparently not. Do not doubt Samedi. The Aegis sample will be ours before the night is through. There was reorganization in Telestrian recently. They have a new vice president of security and he is making changes to their standard procedures. It is nothing Samedi cannot handle. On to the accounting offices. Get over there. You also join up. You get in there. Get into cover. Get in there. Ah, shit. Heal up. And there we go. Terminal is active. A login screen reads Accounting Division. Level Central Billing 1. Local access granted. Network access granted. Project Aegis. Project terminated 5 days ago. Final invoices submitted to Sadia Crush. We're Industrie Gesellschaft. Seda Group Heavy Industries Company. Project resources, status, and cost centers are restricted to CEO access. The Baron appears on your comm link. So, it appears that James has been making moves to secure his information. Not the actions of a man who has nothing to hide, eh? Need to get upstairs to the office and deck into his personal system. From here, it looks like the elevators are on lockdown. You'll need to find an access point to deck in so we can continue. This terminal is active and displays a login screen that reads Accounting Division Level Human Resources. HR Communications, Lintelistrian, Employee Status Terminated. New Brotherhood Universal, Record Not Found. Curious, and curious. Accounting Division Level Project Management 2. Project Aegis. Project established 5 May 12th, 2053. Terminated 5 days ago. Project resources, status and cost centers are restricted to CEO access. Primary hits on Watts, Sam, record not found. Secondary hits on Watts, Sam, Watts, Melinda, payment records 1952681, 29111012. Billing system not accessed, not available from this terminal. Primary hits on Watts, Jessica, record not found. Secondary hits on Watts, Jessica, Watts, Melinda, blah blah blah. Logging off. As the terminal logs off, a slip of yellow paper slides out from under the keyboard. Frederick. I must have told you 100 times the door code is 1915. I don't know why that's so hard to remember. Stevens. $1 million new yen payment to Melinda Watts for contract 12401 Watts on August 8, 2032. 10,000 UN monthly payment to Mitch McCluskey, initiated on 20th of May. Payments ongoing. Okay. Beautiful. Get everybody's weapons reloaded. Get in. And you don't have this. Do that. Take killer, medic and suppression, take attacker and assassin. What the fuck is this XCOM level aiming? Yeah. Another slice. Now away from the big. Alright, send you in ahead. Get on through. Oh no, my assassin is gone. Step through there. That one there. Legal records search results. Contract 12401. What's contract not found? Related files. William Edelson, Telestrian General. Council notes, James, your proposed agreement with Melinda Watts will likely be effective in protecting your children's inheritance, but it is not without risk. As you know, the Generation Skipping Trust established by your grandfather calls for the oldest living issue to be the trust manager and beneficiary. Well, Miss Watts has agreed to modify her children's birth certificate to unknown Telestrian employee Nathan Miles. From unknown to Telestrian employee Nathan Miles. If the children ever discover that they share a father with you, they could make a claim on the trust based upon DNA evidence. Looks like some data on some new biotech genome research. This is what's new in the right hands. I'll send you the funds. And you go there. Get over there. Blaster. Get over there. And one more. Alright, now we can leave. One more. Nope. Okay. Oh, there was a door there. Do a heal on Coyote. Reloading. Go. And last one. Crowding into a corporate elevator on a Shadowrun is risky. You're exposed, vulnerable. But time is of the essence. The CEO's office is 50 floors up and the Baron has your back, in theory. Light, blenderized music flows softly from hidden speakers as you make your way up to James Telestrian's office and towards your objective, a sample of Project Aegis. You need to find the sample and get out before the Baron loses control of the Telestrian mainframe and all hell breaks loose. Alright, let's keep going. Go. This globe glows with an unearthly light. The areas around Teotanga and something else. I didn't get all the words. I'm gonna send you in. We'll set up. And alright, you go in. And shoot, yeah. Alright, keep the Overwatch going. Local files search results for Project Aegis. Title: Security Threat Assessment, Lynn Telestrian. Excerpt. At this point, we cannot confidently assign a motive to Miss Telestrian's hiring of Shadowrunners to destroy the company's Columbia River facility, but there are two leading contenders. The most likely is that she is working for a rival megacorp seeking a competitive advantage, but an alternate explanation is that it has something to do with her deep involvement with the Universal Brotherhood. While Telestrian Industries, of course, would never interfere with an employee's religious choices, our 2053 investigation raised concerns that Miss Telestrian's devotion to the cult-like Universal Brotherhood could represent a security risk to the company, and it is possible that this has become true. Get over there. Drop a heal on yourself. Those two will continue going forward. Phone VM, search results for Project Aegis, call from Thomas Telestrian recorded 5 days ago. Dad, it's all gone. The runners attacked last night and managed to blow the whole down Columbia River facility to bits. I've had teams sorting through the rubble all morning and they haven't found any viable Project Aegis material. The sample I sent you is all that's left. This is a mess. Lots of people dead and the building a total loss. Call me to discuss what you want to do next. What you want me to do next, Tom. Thank you for the hydrate, Lee. Keep an eye on that. Email and IM research results for Project Aegis. Title: Sample Security from E. Silverstar at Telestrian UCAS. Message: Mr. Telestrian, in light of recent attacks, I have relocated the only remaining sample of Project Aegis to the safe in my office. The safe is hidden and the safe's lock is mechanical and thus not at risk from Matrix Decker attacks. Sincerely, Eric Silverstar, Director of Security, Telestrian Industries, Seattle office. Well done, mon ami. As it happens, Eric Silverstar's office is on this very floor. About time a little good fortune came our way, eh? Yeah, let's get this over with. As you say, now to stop those elevators. I'm sure there's an accessible node in this system we can access. Find it before you're overrun with guards. Go forwards. And receive forward a little bit. Okay. You should be able to make it all the way back. Before the... Get... Ah! What is this? This panel is odd. I need some time to investigate. Take your time, and I'll be fine. There must be a way to get in there. Must get that sample. But now, I suggest you eliminate the remaining guards. Unless you think stealing high security corp assets benefits from witnesses. Oh wait, we didn't kill all the guards. Right. There's still the two that I missed that didn't go through the door. That should be everyone. Your commonly champs again, and the Baron's face appears on screen. His voice is far less confident than before. This is new. What? What's new? Apparently, Mr. Silverstar's reputation for paranoia is well founded. This panel is a hard-coded door control that cannot be accessed from the Matrix. It was not here yesterday. So how did he have it installed so fast? So what now? Samedi will think of something. Very well. This will work, but the plan requires you, and only you, to stay the night. You have my attention? Go on. You will find the elevator, once again under our control, goes to an empty parking garage in safety. Your hired help will be able to clear the building with ease. You, however, will be Telestrian's newest employee come sunrise. Now, allow me to tell you where to go. You hunker down in the janitor's locker room amid the smells of industrial strength cleansers, floor wax, and body odor. Sleep is impossible as you must be constantly on your guard for the telltale sounds of security teams or buildings maintenance crews. Morning eventually comes, and with it, another chance at Project Aegis. Good morning, mon ami. You look well. Hmm, get on with it. Given Mr. Silverstar's paranoia about security, we could not get into his office in a straightforward manner last night. However, thanks to the mayhem created by you and your Shadowrunners, a situation ripe for exploitation now exists. Ripe for exploitation, huh? Oui. While you waited here, I continued to probe, looking into some of the less secure and more mundane Telestrian office files. Shipping records indicate that Mr. Silverstar recently took delivery of several paintings he commissioned after being promoted to VP of Telestrian Security. The shipment was called Our Values. On the same day, building maintenance reported installing the artwork in his office at the same time as a piece of equipment purchased from Fujikor. Though they attempted to obfuscate its use, I believe it is the safe. I'm betting the artwork and the safe are tied together somehow. You are very bright. Mr. Silverstar is personally conducting the investigation into last night's break-in. He is interviewing personnel who may have pertinent information. You need to be one of the personnel he interviews in his office. Once you are inside, you will need him to leave so that you can find a way to get to the sample. So I tell him I have evidence so I can get inside his office for an interview. Close. You will plant evidence of your own creation. There are 3 matrix emergency power junctions on this level. We add some comlink chips to them, will make like last night's run appear to be a preparation for a larger run. It will bring the attention of Telestrian security. I can handle it, but I'll need a way of getting around the building without attracting attention. There's a janitor's uniform, ID badge, and the comlink chips in the locker. They'll get you your general access and allow you to pass a basic inspection. The rest is up to you. One more thing. Mr. Silverstar is well known for his creative security measures. You would do well to learn as much about... You would do well to learn as much as you can about this man before meeting him. Now, quickly change, and I will unlock the door. The supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is. A disposable dime-a-dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out that you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we'd watch an orientation thread and walk through our mission statement, but, well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day, but you're going to need to clean up some blood. Maybe a lot. I can handle it. Just tell me what to do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Sounds good. We'll get to those orientation threads another day. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack a Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestria. What can I do for you? Need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floors may only be accessed with the expressed authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can enter the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Okay, well, I better get back to it. As the Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the LAN racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar's calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Do you think you could duck out for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, huh? Posture check, I can do that. Remove the access panel from the panel and place a comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place a chip inside. The open panel is a rat's nest of cables and half disassembled hardware. Some of it is loose. Take some of the LAN parts. The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raoul, I know and you know that there's nothing in that vent. But when I told that to Silverstar, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said I was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits love the show of their mission statements and all that crap, but today isn't the day for Telestrian Corps' duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. Guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrian isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I've got to go upstairs and report. The filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry I tracked that Drek all over the floor. Shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened to the night watch. Me either. Think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this room back in order. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Install the comlink chip. And place the chip inside. I have to say at this point it's not looking good. I don't know what happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make my report to Eric. The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, Chandler. Buzz, unless you can help clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. I came across some items that might help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know what, the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Security is bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There's no reason I should let security push me around. He steals himself. Just do it quick. Place the cables and data chips around the terminal's casing. Thanks so much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out of here for a while? There's a lot to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this just between us. What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floors may only be accessed with the express author. Yeah, wait. I misclicked. Yeah, I found all these chips in some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. Turns his back on you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet, after your time at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor. And your goal. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. And it's duty above all, right? He laughs. Yes, that is the first value, and I am glad more than those outside security follow it, and from a janitor no less. No, I'm speaking of my 3rd and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must be given where required. Now please start filling out the report on the datapad. And I'm afraid I must ask you not to sit in my chair given your attire. I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. Duty, efficiency, and vigilance. Your comlink begins to ring, and you pick up. So, these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. Don't have much time. I am tracking Silverstar, and he is already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. Open bottle of expensive scotch in a single glass that appears to be half empty and a half-smoked cigar. This shows a profile of three elves in Telestrian security uniforms looking upwards at a flag flying the Telestrian logo. The plaque reads, Duty. The flame clicks into place, and the painting slides back into the wall. Independence? No. Depicted is a clock tower at a train station in downtown Portland in the tier. The plaque reads Efficiency. He has a few guards, a tech worker, and a very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to question them. The painting is of a small lighthouse in intense storm at night perched on a rocky outcropping. Its light stabs out into the darkness. The plaque reads Vigilance. There is a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely keyed to Mr. Silverstar. Pick up the cigar. We'll have his DNA. Put the moist end of the cigar on the DNA scanner. With a click and a faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed, and it has set off every alarm in the system. But I have unlocked the executive elevator, and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. He smiles wolfishly. Come on, Drek for brains. Make the wrong choice. Let's get this over with. I have things to do. Damn, I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first. From the floor of the Lone Star Cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office buildings disappear, replaced by the grey overcast over the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. Half an hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view. Its design a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you are dragged onto the driveway where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up and see you are surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, Special Forces troops from Tir Terengaya. Massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities, you prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. The fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from your toes to the tips of your pointed ears before he speaks. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. This is an extraordinary estate. May I look around before I see him? You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off-limits to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting long. Miss McCluskey smacks. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, elf. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tir Terengaya and one of the richest men in Seattle. Richer than hell elves take a dump the same way I do, McCluskey. His eyes widen, then his smirk gets even broader. That's the right attitude, chummer. You're just the same as Mr. Telestrian. Yes, you are. The only difference is that you got no money and you got no power. So tell me again, jerk for brains, what is it you got? Indigestion. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. Mr. Telestrian. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen, built into the surface of his desk, and assesses you, calculating and cold. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your betters mansion. It's something else. The feeling that you are being categorized as a resource, or a liability, or a pawn. I have been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit, they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my Vice President of Security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, ma'am. How do you intend to settle your debt? Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt to you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such time that I decide that the debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point. However, you have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. It goes like this. Your half-brother, Sam Watts, hired me to find his own killer. He had a dead man's switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. You impress me, ma'am. My father's bastards are intentionally not well known, even to themselves. Nevertheless, I fail to see the connection between this Sam Watts' death and a raid on one of my office buildings. There is no connection between the research project and the dead man that I am aware of. Sam was killed by your half-sister Jessica. Jessica is protected by giant bugs. Aegis kills giant bugs. Kill the bugs, kill Jessica, get paid. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. The young pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you. You're the woman who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Telestrian cuts in quickly. Thank you, Marie-Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive her for her trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you got out okay, Marie-Louise. I'm not okay. Can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream, and I'll wake up and I'll wake up there and still be there with the bugs. You can relax, Marie-Louise. You are safe. It is over. No, it won't be over until they're all dead, she shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men, you flew in here. All you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Hakim involved. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this woman. We'll speak of it later, in private. Now then, Reva, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. Now, this is a rare opportunity for a woman of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I'd be delighted. I don't know if that is sarcasm or not. Just behave. There is a weight in Telestrian's library, a sense of magnitude and of purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Reva. She is the elf who saved my daughter, and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Herr Brackhaus, what does the representative of the great dragon, Lofia, have to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brackhaus speaks slowly with a deep melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. My lord Lofia has witnessed the insect's physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows... Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence.
Yahoo!
Hello, Mary. How are we? good morning, afternoon, or evening. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome. Hey. Shut up. How was, I believe you were playing the new stuff for Claire Obscure. I am doing well. I'm getting very close to the end of Shadowrun Returns. Talking to rich people. But welcome, readers. That sounds like what I would expect from that game, from what I've seen of the combat of it. Does not look particularly easy. But welcome, readers. I am Dark Reaver 40. I am a VTuber, as you can see, and I play a large variety of games. DLC bosses are no joke. DLC bosses never are. Yeah. Right now we're playing Shadowrun Returns, and we're talking about evil, unkillable bugs that want to transform all of humanity. I am playing a kind of... My character is a kind of hybrid build that's good at the hacking. I can also summon things and also shoot bullets. And yeah, I've been having fun with this. It's also very short. I like that. I am also an elf. And talking to a bunch of elves. Yeah, this is the least weird character that I've seen in this game. The most evil character that I've seen in this game is a bald serial killer who pretended he was a psychiatrist and would there's a whole thing where he would turn people into Frankenstein's monsters. The painted elf addresses you. Reaver, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magically awakened animal like a wyvern or a hydra, or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. I know that Shadowrun is an actual tabletop RPG, just not completely familiar with the world itself. I know that at some point something happened and then magic came into the world and transformed humans into elves, dwarves, trolls, orcs, and other creatures. Alright, you do your post-stream self-care, and same goes for everybody else. And yeah, take care of yourself, and thank you again for the raid. I imagine that moving from one plane of existence to another isn't easy. Correct. Perhaps Das German can tell you all about it at its length someday. He's got plenty of time for chit-chat. Now, an insect spirit can't simply thumb a ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner in this case being us. Two elements are required to bring one across the void: a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are disaffected when disenfranchised. In short, the weak-willed. Their minds are most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you can imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host. Willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harlequin is correct. The insect spirit will slowly consume its host, while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. I don't like the sound of this. You shouldn't. It's bad. Really, really bad. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once the nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find, and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses. Again and again and again. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario. Faces grim. Telestrian breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, Riva. It is an invasion. My Lord Lofia knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where. Your rescue of Miss the Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. So you're early to the party this time. That gives you the upper hand, right? We are not early. We merely have experience on our side. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host's body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself cannot be destroyed by mundane means. Hence Project Aegis. Her Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my Lord Lofia's thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit once it is released from its host. The formula: a fluorescing astral bacteria strain exists in the physical and astral plane at once and can thus affect the insect spirit. Now that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off index cards? My director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood. Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped the delivery dice for the fluorescing astrobacteria strain. They have created some prototype launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. It stomps bugs dead. Got it. Crudely put, but accurate. We must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility, and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault upon my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. I'm flattered. The painted elf grins and his red lipstick catches the light. You should be. Come on, kid. When fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that when you turn around, she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Reaver? You had me killing bugs. Show me how to use Aegis and I'll get it done. Excellent. He claps his hand as if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Brackhouse raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping instantly stops. There is one final note. A warning, if you will. You have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need her to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Reva. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestrian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of the team. Find me when you're ready to go, and we'll bug right out of here. He sighs. Yes, speak with Harlequin when you are ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant Quoth. He is highly resourceful. Yay! Time to do some leveling up. I've got so much karma. Oh man. Could get more etiquette. Get my last etiquette. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take... what would be useful here? Let's go academic. Then we will upgrade ranged combat. Okay, Harlequin will end this area. There's Algernon. Actually, he might have a spell or two I can use. Show me what you got. Conjuring. We'll take... East 3. And I'll take Lightning Barrier. Drop Haste 1. There's Hans. Where's Quoth? There's Mr. Quoth. In addition to the Aegis-loaded launchers we will provide, I am authorized to outfit you with anything from weapons to supplies to clothing. Show me the outfits. Alright, we're good there. We've got the best armor we can get in the game. Show me the gear. Grab that Colt 23 Smart Link. And I'll grab the Enfield. Drop that. Drop that. Grab the Smart Link and the Enfield. More gear. Buy premium medkits. All right. Anything else? What have you got in this sort of area? You've got useful things, but I don't want to lose the essence. Because essence actually helps with my casting. The more technological you are, the less magical you become. Let's talk with Marie Louise. I was listening. Sounds bad. Yep. Thank you for everything. Could be worse. Could be raining. She smiles. It's Seattle. You look like you have a question. What did Lynn Telestrian and the Universal Brotherhood want with you? Aunt Lynn was very excited to have me there. Almost manic. She talked about the inner circle and how I was going to be at its center. She said I would be their queen. The way she spoke, it was as if she'd seen God or something. Her eyes close and she hugs herself tightly. But it's not God she sees, it's bugs. Only bugs. Why were you locked up at the Universal Brotherhood? Father didn't approve of my boyfriend and tried to scare him off. Something went wrong, and Hakim ended up in a wheelchair. Father covered the whole thing up and lied to me about Hakim. He told me horrible things. Her jaw clenches, and I believed him. My Aunt Lynn told me the truth about Hakim and how my father lied. So she preyed upon my anger. I was so disgusted with him. It was easy for her to get me to leave and join her new family at the Universal Brotherhood. Was it Hakim who helped you in the Matrix? She smiles, in love. Yes, even after my father ruined his life and convinced me to hate him, he's still been watching over me. My angel in cyberspace, Baron Samedi. After we escaped, I told Hakim about the Brotherhood and about the bugs. It was his idea to steal Project Aegis so you could go back into the Universal Brotherhood and exterminate the bugs. But I don't know how he knew about it. Baron Samedi just knows things. So what did Hakim tell you about us breaking into your father's office? Nothing. I haven't spoken to him since last night. Why? What happened? He hasn't contacted you? No, and I thought he would by now. Did something happen to him? I'm sure he's okay. He was in the Matrix the whole time. That's what I thought. Hakim is amazing in the Matrix. I'm sure I'll hear from him soon. I should go. Hey, McCluskey. You're gonna die, arsehole. We're all gonna die, McCluskey. Yeah, but you're gonna die screaming. Detective McCluskey hates me. Because I've been giving him shit because he's a corrupt cop. Is there something I can clarify for you? Why was Marie Louise taken by the Universal Brotherhood? He pauses before answering. Post for the Queen is chosen very carefully as the interactions between the Queen and lead shaman are critical. Family connection between the two roles is ideal. As you have discovered my father's indiscretion with Melinda Watts, you know that Jessica Watts, the shaman, and Marie Louise are related by blood. I would appreciate it if that information remained in the shadows. Tell me more about Project Aegis. Telestrian Industries Corporation has been working on Project Aegis for 2 years without fully understanding its use. Lofia did not trust me with the information. My engineers finally met the Dragon's specification 3 months ago. It had just begun the production process when my cousin Lynn hired Shadowrunners to destroy the lab and the factory, leaving us the only sample you stole. How do I use Aegis? My people have weaponized the Project Aegis formula by creating shells which, when fired, propel a high-velocity cloud of the material, which should be effective at killing exposed insect spirits. There are more effective ways to deliver Aegis, obviously, but time was of the essence and I needed to improvise. I should go. Indeed. We did not allow many opportunities during our briefing for you to ask questions, Shadowrunner. You may ask them now. How did the insect spirits get here? When the membrane between planes is thin, the insect spirits reach into the mind of a shaman and begin their manipulation, playing on weaknesses and offering unlimited power if the rituals needed to bring the spirits here are performed. But once a shaman takes on an insect spirit as a totem, they begin an inevitable decline into insanity, slowly losing their humanity. Eventually, the shaman completely succumbs, choosing the contentment and sense of clear purpose that being part of a hive provides. Perform your role. Serve your queen. That is all. If Lofia had seen this before and knew another was coming, why didn't he move faster? Based upon the previous cycles of magic, the first insects are not due to appear for another 700 years. My Lord Lofia believed he was well ahead of schedule. Something is different this time. It is concerning. Why do you think it's different this time? Perhaps it is due to the population of humans and metahumans on Earth being so much higher than in previous ages. As a result, the volume of magic created by sentient beings is correspondingly higher. Or perhaps it is the density of the population coupled with the advances of society and technology that resulted things. Magic has never returned to a world like this one before. The density of sentient creatures coupled with the density of information coupled with the new concept, the technological persistence of memory, heightens a society's existential angst. Thus, more people realize now how truly horrible an existence is, simultaneously. That in itself may be a form of magic. Lofia is studying the question now. What's it like to serve a great dragon? The German man's eyes narrow. Do not misconstrue my relationship with Lord Lofia. I do not serve. Where do the insect spirits come from? As the level of magic in the sixth world grows, for the lack of a better word, the distance between the various planes of reality decreases. When the membrane between the planes is thin enough, ritual magic may be used to draw beings from one to another. I should go. Yes, good luck. Alrighty. That's where I'm gonna call it for today. Yay. Alrighty, friends. That's all the time I've got for Shadowrun Returns. We'll probably be finishing this tomorrow. Because it's basically the end. I've got a few things to do in that game, which is basically the final dungeon, and that's it. So, okay. Again, thank you everyone for joining me. I appreciate you all hanging out. Let's see, who do we want to go raid? Let's go raid our good friend Axel. Alrighty. Yeah. Thank you again, everybody, for hanging out and joining me. Thank you again for the raids, Omega, Ragnarok, and Mere. Tomorrow we'll probably see the end of Shadowrun Returns. And maybe I'll start Shadowrun Hong Kong. Maybe not, we'll see. But I will be back again later tonight with Etrian Odyssey 2, and I want to try and finish that by the end of this year. Alright. So take care of yourselves, everybody. Thank you again. I appreciate you all. And take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay happy. Stay healthy. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.